So, hi Cancer, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for mid-January till mid-February, pretty much. Celtic Cross, center of your reading, you are standing your ground, right? Nobody can really touch you, nobody can really reach you, you're a little hypervigilant, energy, 6 of Wands, right? But you got the high ground, everything is right, nobody can really reach you, you got this, that's the message here. Transformed consciousness, you feel challenged, right? But you get the Ace of Swords, so you get it all under control in your consciousness. The foundation is the devil, but the foundation is the devil, right? Makes a lot of sense, right? So the 7 of Wands is you having the high ground. Nobody can really reach you. Who is underneath that high ground? You could almost imagine that the devil is holding these sticks here that barely reach you. So you can't really, nobody can really touch you. If you keep your cool, if you keep your new consciousness, if you keep your frequency up, if you do not pay attention to your weaknesses, but double on your strengths, right? So let's just see how this is unfolding. But the devil in the foundation here, literally, you could think about him down here, right? Where these sticks are coming from, but you got the high ground, so no need to freak out. Toxic energies these days is very common if you haven't noticed, right? The Knight of Cups. So you got this transformed consciousness. What do you do with it? You're following, you disengage. First of all, you disengage from the conflict. Why? Because you literally raised your frequency with the Ace of Swords. That's the new consciousness. So you're standing above this. The devil, could be toxic people, of course, but Swords energy with the 5 of Swords in your recent past, that's a dirty conflict. Mindfuck energy, Swords energy, right? But you're emerging out of this, okay, and you leave it behind you because this fell out, right? That's what's coming next, leaving it behind. Disengage emotionally from the old conflict. And the devil in the foundation, I say this again, could be toxic people, could be you being somewhat entangled with toxic people or giving them energy, allowing them into your life. Whatever happens, you can handle it. Just be friendly, just be, just state your truths and say what's what, right? You have to create discomfort if somebody is not accepting or respecting your boundaries, right? If somebody is treating you wrong, you just calmly, if that's a word, you don't scream, you don't be rude, you just state your truth and create some discomfort, right? And you can do this without being angry or aggressive, but you can be assertive and make your point, right? That is also standing your ground. That is toxic energy. If somebody is disrespecting you or disrespecting your boundaries, do not fall back into a conflict mindset. You got this higher ground, this higher consciousness, where you've grown up in the room basically, and you can deal with that. Toxic energies could be external persons, could be you worrying too much, Swords energy, right? Disengaged, by the way, right? You got that's your energy, that's the playful, kind of proud of yourself guy. You got all these wonderful talents. 9 cups behind you. You're not wearing a crown, you're not sitting on a throne, but you're well dressed. That's a wooden bench, but hey, that's great, right? So you got your talents, you got something that you can access and create from, and you do this with divine humble pride and joy. Joyful creation, that's the 9 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles, balance restored when it comes to interacting with the outside world. How do you restore balance? Speak your truth, right? Calm and clear, right? Creating a little discomfort if somebody oversteps your boundaries or disrespects you. So that's standing your ground. That is outside world position, how you balance things out. Do not fall back into conflict. There are just toxic people out there. There is a lot of narcissistic abuse, right? A lot of mindfuck energies, right? Everywhere, mindfuck energies, right? Do not fall back into a conflict mindset where you try to explain yourself or, things like that. You don't have to explain yourself. You state your truth and you say what you want. Clear and calm and friendly, but assertive. That's how you do it. So don't go down to the devil, right? There are these sticks, right? And there are some toxic people down here. So you keep the high ground. You're not going down to their level. That's the important thing here. How do you do this? You disengage emotionally from that. You just treat it like something that you have to deal with, and you deal with it professionally, not emotionally attached. If you get angry, if you that's lowering your frequency, and it brings you back in whatever it is that you're doing, whatever that needs to be done or to be said. If you charge that with anger, you're back into the Five of Swords energy, conflict energy, mindfuck energy. That's where this energy wants you to be. Angry and, losing your cool, being unprofessional. That's what this energy wants you to do. Back into the fight. That's where the devil wants you to, fall back to. You got the high ground, you got this consciousness, professionality, that's what I hear. And Two of Pentacles is Pentacles energy, right? Down to earth, practical energy. Just deal with whatever is happening right now, whatever kind of is triggering you, right? Be the bigger person, be the grown-up, be professional, deal with it, and you got it. How do you do it? Disengage emotionally. Just be super professional and practical, Pentacles energy, right? Don't make it personal, don't personalize, right? You don't need to explain yourself, you don't need to justify yourself, you just state your truth and what you want. And if you have a good reason for it, right? If it's justified in the sense that it makes sense, you don't need to justify it to someone else, explain it to someone else. But if you have a reasonable point, then by all means make that point and be assertive about it. That's this storyline here with the devil and the Five of Swords. You getting the high ground, you're not going down to the little people. You keep your frequency up, right? That's beautiful. Two of Pentacles related to that. You got bigger fish to fry. Let's just deal this. The last card is open, but you got bigger fish to fry. You disengage emotionally from toxicity, and you got something going here. There's the Knight of Cups. That's the crown of your reading. So something that brings you joy and happiness while you're doing it. That's kind of also related to spirituality, or well-being in general. That's Cups energy, that's emotional energy. And the Knight is very strong. It's not just the initial offer or something. The Page of Cups would offer you something new emotionally that is kind of connected to your heart space, that makes sense for you, not necessarily intellectually or Pentacles energy. You might not necessarily make money with this, but it's creating joy and happiness while you're doing it, right? And the Knight has also already realized that and taken action. And how do you take action? And that's the thing here. Focus on what you want to create. Don't fight the opposition. Don't fight the antagonistic energies. Don't fight what is basically an obstacle in your path. But just deal with it, right? Professionally. And when you dealt with it, or while you're dealing with it, one step at a time, right? No drama, just I'm recommending pretty cold analytical approach here, right? Not emotionally rational. Your emotional energy is directed to something far better, and that is representing the Knight of Cups. What brings you joy? What is it that you want to create? What is it that makes all the sense while you're doing it, and it's just comes natural to you, and it brings you joy while you're doing it? Concentrate on that. Do it. You could also, I mean, this could be work related. This could be a hobby. This could be, I don't know, maybe both, a combination of both. Something that just makes sense. You got another Knight. Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. There is continuity when it comes to your work. Low-hanging fruit, so you have to do something and be done with it, and you get some reward fairly quickly, and then just keep going one step at a time. Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles actually, and the Nine of Pentacles. Very practical, money-related, Pentacles-related, job-related, and whatever mindfuck energy is here, you deal with it as the grown-up in the room, emotionally detached, and you can use all your emotions in what brings you joy and happiness. And Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, then you got another Pentacles Cups combination. That's the Knight of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles. So you got this combination, Pentacles and Cups energy, 2 times emphasized here. This is what you want to create. This is what you want to focus after you dealt with whatever needs to be dealt with, right? Joyful work, joyful creation. That's the message here, right? And it's Knight energy, so you're already doing it and you have to continue doing it. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. That's divine humble pride in your work, how you make money, low-hanging fruits. Just do it, be done with it, get something out of it. The Seven of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. So you keeping your high ground, right? Not going down to the devil, not going down, not being triggered, not getting angry, being very professional, doing the work, low-hanging fruits. Do it joyful, don't make it dreadful. And then you got this, right? Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Seven of Wands. Then you got the Tower clarifying the Ace of Swords. So maybe you came about this new consciousness, and when I say new consciousness, that's pretty much this the new consciousness in this case, I would say, is that you can be very practical, down to earth, maybe even a little cold, rational, professional, right? And when I say professional, then I mean detached from emotional charge. And maybe you had to learn this because there's the Tower clarifying this. So you had to go through this to learn this, and you totally did. Devil is clarified by the Two of Wands. Okay. Yeah, Five of Cups clarifying the Knight of Cups. Let's just see what else comes up. Three of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. Queen of Pentacles with the Eight of... I'm just dealing... yeah, you're already in this mindset of divine humble pride in what it is that you're doing. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Something needs to be done. And it's just you got this, right? Yeah, professionality again emphasized here with the Ace of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Three of Cups and the Lovers is here as well in your potential. So not every time the Lovers show up, you're meeting someone else, but maybe you're already in a relationship, could be. The Lovers clarified by the Three of Cups means there's good cups, energy, emotional stability, happiness, joy, right? In your partnership, if you're already in one, or maybe you having a flirt, having an affair, I don't know. Could be a possibility, right? It's in your hopes and fears or in your possibilities. King of Swords clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. You're just keeping going what you got. You build something for yourself. It works for you, even if it's maybe a little scarce right now with the Five of Swords and the Devil. But you got this. You just keep going and trust, right? Trust. Have joy and divine humble pride in what it is that you're doing. Just keep going. That's the most rational thing to do. And there's so much rationality here. 2 times the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, right? Bottom of the deck, the Moon card. Something needs to be done. Don't do it, you know, like in agony or in oh, I don't want to, you know, just do it and you can find joy in it. There's something kind of that you have to deal with it, which is not joyful, but then there is, it's, you know, focus on what you have to do and what you have to do. And if it's not fun that you have to do, which is kind of indicated here, then be super professional with it, and then be done with it and concentrate on something low-hanging fruits, right? That needs to be finished and you get a reward for it. And this is going to feel so much better if you just do it. Sacred Earth, that's the Blue Angel Oracle deck. Ground yourself. Go for walks, go into the forest, go into a park if you don't have nature close to you. Let's just see, that's not what came out. You can meditate. What I always recommend is breath work. So you breathe in 5 seconds, you breathe out 10 seconds. 1 in, 2 out. And that 2 out part is super important because you want to release stress. You want to release negative energy, negative emotional charge. And you can do this with breath work. And that's also part of grounding. And you just, you know, release your negative energy. Yeah, or you're going for walks, doing sport or fitness or whatever brings you into your body to just, you know, get a different perspective. Oh, horse spirit. Freedom is yours. That's nice. I haven't had horse spirit in a while. It's number 33. It's interesting. Horse spirit. I'm going to show you this in a moment. 32, 33. That's horse spirit. When horse spirit appears, you are gifted with the spirit of movement and freedom. It is a time for travel and adventure, whether that means a trip somewhere or taking a different type of journey, one of freedom, of choice. Horse spirit reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you have free will and choices that can take you far away to a better place. A better situation, a better state of being. For there is no one but you to reign in your will to make a different decision. You are capable of making powerful choices that will affect you for a long time to come. Horses are social animals and known to be a friend to mankind, willing to carry us forward when we need it. Horse spirit reminds you that help will be available to you whenever you need it, and companions will be by your side wherever you choose to go, whatever direction you choose to travel. Life is an adventure, and horse spirit wants you to know that Whatever choice you make, you have great spirits within, invisible yet holding you up and always walking by your side. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you can set your heart free to experience love in all forms. Spirit whispers to you that the gift of freedom is yours if you allow yourself to break out of your perfectionism and stubbornness. Make a move and enjoy the freedom of letting go of the need to control. Well, you have to deal with some shit here. And you have to deal with it professionally, right? Are you feeling stuck? Has your spirit been broken by challenges you have faced? Your current choices may not seem the best, but you are not seeing the clearing ahead, where you can break free and run. Whatever your choices right now, they can lead you to exhilarating freedom, so trust the guidance of Spirit. Horse Spirit is here to tell you that adventures call, and you will soon realize your power is greater than you think. Perhaps your frustration and feelings of being fenced in are a result of being too much on your high horse, unwilling to come down to earth and join the herd that wants to support you. Being in control and in charge can be overrated. It's time to loosen up, drop the reins, let go, and prance with others just for the fun of it. Yeah, I mean, the Nine of Cups is joyfulness, right? Underneath that, you're coming from a very toxic situation, Five of Swords, mindfuck energies, kind of work-related with the Three of Pentacles. Maybe you had some abuse in work situations, or people you mistreated you, I don't know, devilish energy, Three of Pentacles, that's definitively work-related, combined with the Five of Swords, a dirty conflict, something shady, right? And you had to deal with it, or you have to deal with it, right? And the message here is to focus, to let that behind, deal with it professional, and focus on joyful creation, because there's something that needs to be done. And I'm going to do 3 quotes, and I think then we're done. The first one: not everyone leaves your life as a loss. Some losses are blessings in disguise. And I'm going to put this to the Five of Swords and the Devil, definitively. Just don't go back into something that is no longer serving you. Never negotiate who you are, that's for sure. And one more. Let's just see. No, that's kind of a message. That's real clear. I'm not going to do a real quick quote. Yeah, let's just keep it there. Beware of the difference between a reaction and a response. That's always a good advice. So if you're dealing with whatever needs to be done, super professional, don't react to it, don't be triggered to it, don't make it emotional. Be super professional and make it a response. A response is always deliberate. A reaction is kind of triggered and kind of automatic, you know, it's like an instinct, you get triggered and there's a reaction to it. If you can hold your reaction and keep a cool mind and instead respond deliberately and reflectedly, right, rationally, disengage from emotion, you totally got this high ground going on. And then you're just being very reasonable and practical and get the freaking work done. And by all means, get the freaking work done. Joyful, grateful, maybe even. And maybe there are opportunities knocking at your door sooner than you think possible, right? And that's all I got, and I hope it resonates with you. If it does, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. And I'm going to link the 2026 reading somewhere around here. Check that out. There's a January reading as well. See you next time. Have a good time, my friend. Ciao.